What up, everybody? It's Charlie and I'm back. So, in the disabled community, especially amongst those of us who suffer with schizoaffective disorder, schizophrenia, or anywhere on that schizo spectrum, we all have, of course, the major symptoms that bring us all together as being under that umbrella. But for me and for a lot of other people, there are other symptoms that just don't get talked about. And so in this video, I want to talk about some of the 10 little known symptoms of schizophrenia or schizoaffective disorder. And these are things that I've seen in my experience as someone who's lived with the disorder for, years and years now. So the first symptom that I hear from a lot of different people is that we see shadow people. And it's this weird thing where out of the corner of my eye, I'll see something pass by, and it ends up being nothing, but it is something that I see and that I hear other people see as well. The next one is something that I struggle with, I think, the most, and that I never really hear talked about, and that is stress intolerance. For me, being stressed really triggers my other symptoms really strongly, and so for me to stay well, I have to stay out of stressful situations and make sure that my home life and my work life and my play life, all of that comes together. The next one is that people with schizoaffective disorder or schizophrenia have a hard time following conversations. This is something I've made a video about before, but I struggle, especially in group situations, to follow the conversation and mentally stay aware. The next one is, I think, seen on different levels, but I hear about a lot, and that is agoraphobia, or different levels of agoraphobia. For me in particular, I don't leave the house much in general, and part of that is just because I don't want to be out to begin with, let alone in somebody's building with their surveillance and all of that fun stuff. I just would rather not mess with that whole situation. So the next one is motivation problems, and this is another one that I've made a video about before, but I really struggle to be motivated to do things, and it's something I hear a lot of people with my illness also struggle with. And so that's something, a big thing that I just want to make people aware of, both us as people who have the illness and also people who care about us, that we might have problems with motivation and trying to get things done. And so just being patient with us through that is really, really helpful. The next one is difficulty regulating emotions, especially when it comes to regulating emotions and connecting those to my face. I have a video out there about how I have flat affect and generally don't modulate my voice, and I can sometimes sound kind of depressing, or at least that's what I've been told. But part of that is regulating my emotions to go along with that, and it ends up just being a hard thing for me to do. Which brings me to the next one, which is I have trouble paying attention. And so I think those two things combined aren't great, but it's something that I've heard is a common combination for people with my illness. The next one is difficulty expressing thoughts, and that's something that is really, really frustrating for me because as you see, I like talking about things, I like bouncing ideas off people, and to not be able to follow my train of thought in the midst of that is just so frustrating. And it's something I can edit out in these videos, but for the most part, I struggle to stay on track and follow my own trains of thought, which, like I said, is just really, really frustrating. I think part of following my train of thought is a memory issue, and that's another thing that I've heard is a really common side symptom, and that is just forgetting things constantly. And it doesn't show up in the official diagnostic manual, but it is something that to most of us struggle with. And the last one is something, I guess I kind of touched on it before, but difficulty integrating thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. I think bringing all of those things together just gets really, really complicated and hard for me. Like, I can sometimes balance one or the other, or like thoughts, feelings, or sometimes the behavior, but it's often hard for me to put all of that together and regulate my emotions around it. So yeah, those are the top 10 anecdotal symptoms that I run into. I'd love to hear if there's any other anecdotal symptoms that you guys have experienced. So definitely comment below, and if not, I'll see you guys next time. Deuce.